It started on a Tuesday, the kind of day that drags its feet through the mud. My stomach growled louder than my will to keep working, so I escaped the office early and wandered to the park with a packed lunch, 2 sandwiches, a bottle of water, and an apple. I didn't know that simple act of hunger would turn into something far stranger. The park was unusually quiet. The autumn wind whispered through amber leaves, and I sat down by the duck pond, unwrapping my sandwich. That's when I heard it. Soft sniffles coming from behind the bench. "Hello," called Russell. Then, something tiny stumbled into view. She couldn't have been taller than my hand. A little girl, if you could call her that, with pale blue skin that shimmered faintly in the sunlight. Her hair looked like threads of silver light, floating weightlessly. Her eyes were enormous, glowing faintly like stars under deep water. She clutched her belly and stared at my sandwich as if it were the last food in the universe. My first thought wasn't fear, it was pity. "Hey, are you okay?" she squeaked, shrinking behind a leaf almost bigger than her body. Then, in a trembling voice, she said, "H hungry," and blinked. My rational mind screamed hallucination, but the part of me that felt sorry for strays reached into my bag. I tore off a crumb of bread, barely the size of her hand, and placed it on the bench. She sniffed it, then devoured it with a sound that could only be described as adorable. When I offered her a piece of ham, her entire face lit up like a sunrise. "More?" she asked. And just like that, my lunch disappeared piece by piece into a creature no bigger than a toy doll. When she was done, she patted her round little belly and gave a sigh so content it melted something inside me. "Thank you, big human," she said. Sure. You're welcome. What are you?" "I am Lyra," she said proudly, chest puffed out. "Explorer of Sector Vylun. Broke. Plus. Hungry." "Right," I said slowly, unsure whether to laugh or panic. "An alien explorer. In the park." She tilted her head. "You don't believe." Before I could reply, she tapped the air, and a flicker of light projected from her wrist. Holographic, full of strange glowing runes and a rotating image of a silver ship half buried in dirt. "Okay," I breathed. "You're not a hallucination." Lyra smiled, proud of her proof, and zipped into the air. Tiny translucent wings shimmered out from her back. "You helped me. I follow you now." "Wait, what?" She darted to my shoulder, landing lightly, her feet tickling my neck. "Custom of Vylun. Life debt. I protect you." Groaned. "I don't need protecting, especially from someone who could fit in my pocket." But Lyra didn't seem to care. She spent the rest of the walk home perched on my shoulder, humming a tune that sounded like glass chimes. Over the next few days, my life became complicated. She followed me everywhere. Work, the grocery store, even the bathroom, though after my shout of horror, she waited outside the door instead. At the office, she hid in my hoodie pocket, whispering advice during meetings. "Say yes. He lies." Or, "He bored. Blink slower." Which somehow made me look confident instead of confused. My boss even complimented me on my renewed focus. At home, she rearranged my desk, scolding me for being chaotic as meteor storm. She cleaned using little beams from her wrist device and once tried to microwave a sock to sterilize contamination. That didn't go well. But she was also sweet. Every night, she'd curl up in an old teacup lined with tissue paper, humming softly. She said it reminded her of her ship's sleeping pod. And sometimes when I turned off the lights, her tiny glow filled the room with a calming silver hue. Still, I couldn't shake the question. How long was she staying? One night I asked her directly, "Lyra, your ship, can it be fixed?" She looked down, wings drooping. "Power core empty." Needs fuel not found here. I send signal. No reply yet. So you're stuck. She nodded sadly. Until they come. Something in my chest tightened. Then you'll leave. Yes, she whispered. Then softer. But I don't want to. The words hung between us. I didn't know what to say. I'd grown used to her laughter, her endless curiosity, the way she'd perch on my coffee cup while asking questions about human music or cats or why we wear shoes. That night I didn't sleep much. A week later, I came home to find Lyra standing on the windowsill, staring at the sky. A faint humming filled the air, a beam of silver light piercing the clouds above. Her wrist device glowed brighter than ever. They found me, she said quietly. I swallowed. So, this is goodbye. She turned, her eyes shining, not just with light but with tears. You gave me food when I was dying. You gave me kindness. I will not forget, big human. I managed a shaky smile. You better not. She fluttered up, hovering at eye level. When the stars call your name, I will come back. And then, with a final shimmer, she flew into the beam. The light vanished. The room felt unbearably empty. Days passed. I went back to my routines, to work, to quiet lunches by the pond. But sometimes, late at night, my lamp flickers with a faint blue glow, and a whisper echoes through the room. Still watching, big human. And for a heartbeat, I swear I see her. Tiny, laughing, her silver hair rippling in the air. Maybe she never really left. Maybe she's just following from a little farther away. A week passed since the beam of light took Lyra away. The house felt hollow without her tiny hums and sparkles. Every corner held a memory. Her teacup bed, the shelf she called her observation deck, even the little crumbs she used to nibble when she thought I wasn't looking. I tried to tell myself it was better this way. She was back where she belonged, among the stars. But the silence pressed down like gravity. I'd glance at my shoulder when I spoke, half expecting a voice to answer. Then one night as I walked home from work, the sky shimmered, not with lightning but with a streak of silver fire. Froze. The trail curved downward, vanishing somewhere beyond the hills. The next morning I found it. A small metallic capsule lodged in the dirt near the park bench where we'd first met. Inside was a glowing crystal no larger than my thumb, pulsing faintly with blue light. When I touched it, her voice filled my mind. Big human. Lyra's safe. But I miss your world, its smells, its chaos, its warm sun. This crystal links our skies. When it glows, it means I'm thinking of you. The message faded, but the light kept pulsing gently, like a heartbeat. I placed the crystal on my desk beside her empty teacup. Every night it flickered softly, painting the room in silver light. And when I whispered, "Good night, Lyra," the glow always brightened, just for a moment, as if she were answering from light years away. Maybe kindness, once shared, never really ends. Maybe it just travels between stars.